friends, my name's Gabrielle. Welcome to FrumiousReads. The video that I am about to show you guys today is so late. This video was supposed to be up last week. Part of the reason why it's so late is because I went to a concert instead of editing, which I don't regret at all. This week, I am doing a book review on a book that I read during the third week of my book a day challenge for 2016. That is Little Princes by Conor Grennan. This book is kind of like a memoir written by Conor about his time volunteering in Nepal with children who were victims of child trafficking and who were living in an orphanage called Little Princes. It takes place during the time of the Nepal Civil War, where a lot of the times the families were getting split and there were different territories that were kind of being cut off with different rebel armies. So a lot of these children were separated from their families, and a lot of these families thought that their children were dead. It just kind of goes through how they became victims of child trafficking and were child slaves, and how Conor eventually became so involved with the orphanages in Nepal that he actually opened his own dedicated to finding the families. So I just thought that this book was amazing, and it really needed kind of just to raise awareness about it. I know that every time you buy a copy of the book, the proceeds go to Conor's new foundation, Next Generation Nepal. Honestly, this book was amazing. It was really well written. Conor and just his way of describing himself as the ugly American, and just all of the things that he did and how he felt so unqualified to be in Nepal, like just in general volunteer with these kids. He's very respectful of the cultural customs in Nepal, which is really important. This book is just a journey. It really takes you into Nepal. It really makes you aware of the situation that he was in. It really does a good job of making you invested in the story itself. And as you read from Conor's perspective about these kids and these children that he's volunteering with and becoming attached to, you find yourself becoming more attached to them as well, and just learning about their personalities and just seeing how Conor's transformation from this awkward volunteerist who only signed on to kind of impress people, and just kind of his journey into actually becoming really invested and just find out that this is what he wants to do with his life, is be involved with these kids and be involved with this country and just help them as much as he can. It's really just a great journey to read. This book I feel like really struck home for me because I've actually been to Nepal. I was there for not that long. I was there for 3 weeks. We went on a school trip. We went trekking through Nepal. We spent a couple days in Kathmandu. We ended up spending about 10 days trekking through these villages, and it was exhausting and crazy, and the trip itself was absolutely insane, but I have to say it's my favorite country I've been to, and I just genuinely love it. So I feel like reading this book kind of just made me relive a little certain aspects of my trip, like when Conor was talking about there's this meal called dal bhat. It's essentially just like a pound of rice, and you have lentils, and basically you kind of eat that every day, and that's all we ate on our trip. That, and then we had the same we had the same tea that Conor talks about. Just so reading this made me feel like reflect a lot about my trip and just made me feel that nostalgia again, and I genuinely loved reading it. And I feel like because I have a personal connection to the country, that's why I personally enjoyed it so much. And I don't know, I just really wanted to talk about it and share with you guys this book because it's such a good book. But yeah, in all honesty, if you guys can, pick up this book because it's really good. It's really well written. Conor has just such an entertaining way of storytelling, and just it actually has some pictures of him when he was in Nepal, and just it has pictures of the children from the orphanage and the families that he reunited them with. This book made me want to go back to Nepal so bad. If anybody from my Nepal trip is watching this, then yo, you guys, we should like seriously go back to that. We should seriously just make a reunion trip because I am so down and I really miss it. This book is really well written. The plot is obviously amazing. I can't stop rambling enough about this book. That is all that I have to say for you guys today. If you guys want to check out Conor's nonprofit organization, I will leave links in the description below. If you guys want to check out Conor's nonprofit organization, I will leave a link in the description below. I've been on the site myself. It's really informative. It makes me just kind of want to be a part of it. Otherwise, that is all that I have for you guys today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Okay, bye. Today is the end of my first month of the 365, technically 366 book a day challenge that I'm doing for 2016.